Harris waved back, and when Kinderman's car turned the corner of 36th Street, he stopped and stood motionless for a time, rubbing gently at his brow with a trembling hand. Would she really have done it? Could Reagan have murdered Bert Jennings so horribly? With feverish eyes, Harris turned and looked up at Reagan's window, thinking, what in God's name is in that house? And how much longer before Kinderman demanded to see Reagan, had a chance to see the Dennings personality, to hear it? How much longer before Reagan would be institutionalized or die? He had to build the exorcism case for the chancery. He walked quickly across the street to the Chris McNeil house, rang the doorbell, and waited for Willie to let him in. Oh, Mrs. taking little nap now, she said. Harris nodded. Oh, good. That's good. He walked by her and then upstairs to Reagan's bedroom. He was seeking a knowledge he must clutch by the heart. He entered and saw Carl in the chair by the window, silent and present as a dense dark wood. He was sitting with folded arms and with his stare pinned steadily to Reagan. Harris walked up beside the bed and looked down. The whites of the eyes like milky fog, the murmurings, incantations from some other world. Harris slowly leaned over and began to unfasten one of Reagan's restraining strips. Well, no, Father, no. Carl rushed to the bedside and vigorously yanked back the Jesuit's arm. Very bad, Father. No. Strong. It is strong. In Carl's eyes there was a fear that Harris recognized as genuine. And now he knew that Reagan's extraordinary strength was a fact. She could have done it. She could have twisted Denning's neck around. Come on, Harris. Hurry. Find some evidence. Think. And then a voice from beneath him, on the bed. Ich möchte Sie etwas fragen, Herr Ekstrom. With a stab of discovery and surging hope, Harris jerked around his head and looked down at the bed to see Reagan's demonic visage grinning at Carl. Tanz Ihre Tochter gern? It taunted, and then burst into mocking laughter. German. It had asked if Carl's club-footed daughter liked to dance. Excited, Harris turned to Carl and saw his cheeks were flushing crimson, hands clenched into white-knuckled fists, glaring at Reagan with fury as the laughter continued. Carl, you better step outside, Harris cautioned. The Swiss shook his head. No, I stay. You will go, please, Carl, the Jesuit said firmly, his gaze holding Carl like a him. After a moment or two more of resistance, the houseman abruptly turned and hurried out. When the door closed, the laughter abruptly ceased to be replaced by that thick and airless silence. Harris turned his gaze to the bed. The demon was watching him. It looked. So you're back. I'm surprised. I would think the embarrassment of the holy water might have discouraged you from ever returning. And I forget that a priest has no shame. Harris took a few breaths as he forced himself to concentrate, to think clearly. He knew that the language test for possession required intelligent conversation as proof that whatever was said was not traceable to buried linguistic recollection. Easy. Slow down. Remember that girl? A Parisian teenage servant, allegedly possessed, while in delirium had quietly babbled a language that finally was recognized to be Syriac. Harris forced himself to think of the excitement it had caused, of how finally it was learned that the girl had at one time been employed in a boarding house where one of the